Good morning, everyone, and welcome to, you know what it is. You know what? I'm not even going to tell you what it is. I'm going to let him tell you what it is. And here he is right now. Here's David Gussin.
Hello, everyone. Happy Sunday morning. It is, you'd be surprised, it is springtime in New York. Still a little chilly out, but we're still ready to kick off spring. If Passover and Easter can fall on the same day, we're ready to kick off springtime. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, David Gussin. I am ready for springtime. I like the wintertime, though. I really do. I like all seasons. I like Long Island.
It's funny you say that. I like that you like Long Island. I like Long Island, too. 45 minutes from New York City, and while I can't say I'm a Hamptons person, I guess good to be not so far from these nice beaches. I was reading someone who runs a big Long Island marketing company, and he didn't seem to like Long Island that much.
Then he shouldn't be on Long Island. Tell him to leave.
Hey, you know what, Eric? That was going to be the topic of today's conversation, communication. The way we all communicate with each other. I wish we could be perfect communicators, but somehow we're not. Wouldn't it be nice to be perfect communicators? Wouldn't it be nice for everything to come out of your mouth exactly the way you want it, and when you say something, people understand it exactly the way you want it, but it doesn't seem to start out that way. Speaking of communicating, I had dual thoughts going through my mind. I had a flashback to 1982. Diana Dalmaquah, some counselor, Joe something, saying, good morning, everybody. Up, 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 up. Not down, 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 but up, 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 up. And then, of course, I was thinking, springtime, are you ready? People, are you ready? Let's get it on. And that's because, Eric, if we're going to have a happy Sunday morning, if we're going to simulcast this show all over the country, we better kick it up a notch, buddy.
I agree with you 100%. And you're just the man that can kick it up.
Kick it up or get kicked out.
That's right. There you go.
I can't figure out which way it's going. So, yeah, let's start our show. First, yes, last week, the reason we're on the second Sunday of the month is we did not run a show on Easter Sunday, but it was, I thought it was a nice symbolism, buddy. Easter and Passover falling on the same time. Sort of like if we're going to use that idea of getting a fresh start, what a nice time of Easter and Passover coming together. And Eric, I was thinking about this show. You know, I had that extra week to think about it. And if we could do anything on the show in the long term, besides like kick off the day with a good spirit, man, there's a lot of people struggling out there. There's a lot of people, and for many reasons, a lot of times, unfortunately, it comes down to money. But certainly there's a lot of stressed out people out there struggling, loving, caring, hardworking people. And guys, if Donald Trump could be president, if I could try to kick off a show Happy Sunday morning, if I could try to introduce society to an opposite to racism, then you know what? All of us struggling people out there, me included, and others, man, don't be afraid to try to do anything. And actually, anything we try to do, I think one of the things is how we communicate and how's our attitude. Eric, how's your attitude this morning?
My attitude
this morning.
I am very happy. I got a very good attitude. I got to tell you, when things fall into place and everything goes well, you know, and I feel like, you know what I feel like, Dave? Well, you've seen the new studio and everything like that. I haven't been in the studio in 3 years, and it took a lot to put it back to where it needed to be, and it's there, and it just makes me feel good that I accomplished something that I set out to do, and everything seems to be working good. So, and I thank you for being here this morning.
No, buddy, I stick with my friends, buddy. We're loyal. You've always done a great job working with me, and I want to keep doing this. I do want to start getting more callers to the show. Right. So to our, 3 listeners, just kidding, to our 3 listeners, the number is 631-629-7780. That's 631-629-7780. And before I forget, I want to wish all my friends who celebrate a happy Greek Easter. You know, happy Greek Easter.
Do they get eggs?
You know what? I don't know if they get eggs or they don't get eggs.
I know.
I know all my Greek friends are very passionate, loving people, and they certainly celebrate Greek Easter. They're into their holiday, and today is a special day for them. Eric, back to the art of communication.
Yes.
Because... And wow, what topic should I use? I guess if I use the wrong topic, I'll be a poor communicator. Because if we talk about politics, it'll be polarizing. If we talk about, gun control, whether for guns or anti-guns, it will be polarizing. I mean, I guess there's so many polarizing issues. And man, wouldn't it be something if someone could come along and communicate on these polarizing issues in a non-polarizing way? Eric, is that possible?
Anything is possible, David.
Well, how are we going to make that happen? For real?
It's a good question. It's hard when you consider, everybody's entitled to their own opinions. Everybody's entitled to their own way of thinking and everything like that. So you have to find common ground. There has to be common ground. And I think the common ground is that we all want peace. We all want to live. We all want to be happy. We all want to be accomplished.
The common ground? I think it might be, but maybe that should be the first question to everybody, no matter what the topic. What's the end goal?
Right.
Is the end goal, do we want peace? We want peace. Do we want peace? Peace is like a worldwide term. Eric, how about we start with respect?
I agree. That's a good idea.
Would we like mutual respect from each other? That even if someone differs from your point of view, sort of like it's okay. I'll use the gun thing as an example because the other day, and there's nobody. My sister Lee is, if I want someone's opinion, if I want, how's the right way to handle things, she's one of the people I would check in with. So the issue was the gun control. It was that March for Our Lives thing. And it's funny because on one end, on the March for Our Lives thing, I was saying, what I wanted to say, if I was the perfect communicator, Eric, was props to the young ladies and gentlemen for getting out there and doing something. Like your friend, you had worked with him, David Gussin, say, do something. No matter what you do something. So at least they were out there marching. So on that end, that's a good thing. They were marching. They cared. Actually, that's not a good thing. That's a great thing. Anyone, not just youth, but in this case, youth caring about something. But then when I was writing something, I was, I guess someone could have taken it critical of the message, and it wasn't meant to be. What it was meant to be is, in addition to everything that we're speaking about guns, let's not forget about bullying. Let's not forget about disrespect. Let's not forget about teasing. The reason being, on a day-to-day basis, kids being bullied, kids being teased, that happens all the time. It goes back to when we were in school, and I think now with social media, it's even worse. So on one end, I thought it was great that the kids were marching. On the other end, it was like, let's look at the overall issue. I didn't communicate it that way, so my sister was like, because I was like, guns shouldn't be the sole scapegoat. So she nicely and politely wrote, guns are on the sole scapegoat, this, and this. So, Eric, if I could do it like almost perfectly, man, props for marching and caring. Sort of like also, let's look at the whole issue. And this is coming from, and man, aren't people complex? Can't they think multiple things on a topic? Can't they see all different points of view? I mean, I'm a guy who never touched a gun, yet at the same time know that it can't all be all about guns. Yet at the same time have to look that in the United States of America, what we would like to think as citizens is the greatest country in the world, we were taught has this prolific thing of people dying from guns. Eric, am I communicating poor? I guess I am. I don't think I'm making a point. I think I'm just putting something out there.
The bottom line is everybody, when it comes to guns, everybody has their own opinion. And, you have the NRA, of course, and then you have the people that are against the NRA. And I think what it is I think there's a lot of misunderstanding. There's a lot of miscommunication. A lot of people think that just because we say, or somebody says they're against guns, they're against the NRA. And that's not, I found out. And listen, Dave, I was the one, I covered the story up there in Port Jefferson Station where they had the March for Life, and the thing that shocked me the most was that they kept saying, this is about the students, this is about the students, this is about the students, this is about the kids. But yet, it wasn't the kids that were there. It was the parents. It was the grandparents. It was it was those people. And the students, a lot of the students that did show up, they were kind of like shy back because they were afraid of the hecklers. They were afraid of what people were going to say. They were afraid of giving their opinion. Now, one student told me, she says, I'm afraid to say anything because if I say anything, I'm going to be hated at my school, and that's miscommunication. She wasn't against guns. She just doesn't want to die. That's the bottom line. That's the common ground. Nobody wants to get killed. And
you know what? One thing, ladies and gentlemen, it is funny. My pop's 85 years old, so he's watching a lot of movies these days. I don't have him shoveling snow anymore. But,
what a guy you are, huh?
Isn't that nice of him? But he's 85 years old, and he's home watching movies all the time. And
right.
I will tell you this. Looking at the movies back then, there was disrespect and everything going on in the politics then. They were very volatile then. They were very outspoken then. A lot of times I think people think everything that's going on goes on in our times. But if you take the time to go look at a newspaper, say, from 100 years ago, a lot of times the headlines are the same. Different countries might be invading someone. There might be a famine somewhere that's different.
They just didn't talk about it.
The circumstances were similar. It's just different people were taking care of it. But one of the things, and I think it sort of maybe became a bad habit, and let's blame it on all of us as opposed to blaming it on one person. But this past we talk about igniting business. In this case, it talk about like igniting arguments. And I think this past presidential thing, and it was always around. When it's not like everyone was angels before living in a Brady Bunch world, but it's sort of like set up the thing that being disrespectful is okay, and I disagree with you, and some people, when they disagree, they don't just disagree. Man, they put characterizations on you like you're evil and you're bad for having a difference of opinion. And I would hope that would change, buddy. And another thing that's happened, two things I see in politics. It's funny, if a company had a lot of turnover in it, they would say, hey, that country has a lot of instability. So there has been a lot of turnover going on. So I see people, I could see people having an issue with that. But the polarization and the arguing and the disrespect, I would hope we could do something about that, buddy. I guess the only thing we could try to do is set an example of it. I mean, you won't call me names anymore, and I won't call you names anymore.
Right. And how about this? How about we do something called listen? Just listen. You know, I've learned that lesson in my life. Sometimes, and I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but I've opened my mouth at times I wish I haven't, because I wasn't listening to what the person was saying. If we listen to somebody, like if you have a difference of opinion and I listen to you, you know what my father used to say, and when I do my thing with interviews, I say it a lot of times. I say, my dad used to tell me, and I joke around, I say, my dad used to say, he told me to shut up. No, he never said shut up. He said, Eric, if you just be quiet and listen to somebody, you're going to learn something that you probably didn't know. You're going to hear a difference of opinion, and maybe, just maybe something like, well, for instance, Stephen Covey in his 7 Habits book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he talked about something called an aha moment. An aha moment is where all of a sudden you realize something with the way that you've been thinking might not necessarily be right. You know what I'm saying? Or it might not be the way, it all of a sudden that aha moment just changes you, and you see things from a bit different perspective, and that's what I think. I think people sometimes we need to step back, and instead of being argumentative and jumping, to the throat right away, we need to step back and say, okay, listen, this person is talking to me as a human being. They have a right to their opinion. They have a God-given right of freedom and opinion. And just maybe I can see things a little bit, to start off with, because that's what causes war. That's why countries go to war, because it's a lack of communication.
People get set in their views. It's sort of like if your teenager comes home with a boyfriend or a girlfriend that you don't like.
All right, let's not push it.
No, as the parent,
right.
You say something you don't like them, the child is going to automatically protect them,
right?
No matter what. They're just going to get into protective mode, protecting their point of view, because if the kid was by themselves talking about their boyfriend or girlfriend, they say, oh, this is good, this is bad, I don't know. They discuss the whole thing.
Right.
But when they get into protective mode, it's sort of like they take sides and stop protecting.
Right.
I know when I see an issue, almost any issue, I could see like multiple sides of it. I have mixed emotions, mixed feelings on it. But when people get into the protection, sticking up for their side point of thing, they only see the point that they want to make. Does this make any sense, my friend?
It makes a lot of sense.
Eric, I have a couple of questions.
Sure.
One, I don't know if people could see it, but I brought you in because now that Passover's over, I brought you in an everything bagel with cream cheese and bacon.
They can see it, and I can smell it.
You can smell it. And there's a lot of seeds on that everything bagel. And Eric, I have another question.
Go ahead.
In this new studio, do we go to commercial break?
We do, and we're going to commercial break in 1 minute, actually.
Oh, we have 1 minute.
We have 1 minute to. Yeah, absolutely. I got my finger on the button here.
To do before we come back, I got to tell you something about this show that's evolving, and I like. In between shows, people say, David, can you do this? Or David, can you do that? I have my friend Vince Sparata telling me about a fundraiser today taking place, Dylan's Drive for Autism. I think I have my friends at SCWBEC calling in at 9:30. David, could you promote this? I have my friends at Shoes for All who collected over 75,000 pair of shoes in their existence. They have their big walk coming up. David, could you spread this? I have Eileen Carina doing great work with people with patients advocacy. Could you spread this? The answer to all of that is yes. Eric, do we have about 10 seconds left till we go to commercial break?
We're going to commercial break in 10 seconds. Absolutely.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. We'll be back right after this.
Well, let me tell you about let me tell you about this, all right? Because responsible remodeling, they've been constantly improving. I love their tagline, constantly improving. I was going to say, let me tell you about constantly improving, but you wouldn't know what constantly improving is unless I tell you about responsible remodeling. Yep, responsible remodeling. And the name says it all. Because when you're searching for a contractor, you need somebody that's responsible. Because, listen, folks, the stories are out there, and I'm not going to go into them, but the stories are out there. You know them, the scams and everything that are going on, or the work that's not good quality work, or you're not happy with something that somebody does, and, you're paying your good hard-earned money for it. Well, you're not going to have to worry about that because you're going to deal with responsible remodeling. You give them a call at 516-481-1723. That's 516-481-1723. Now, floors, decors, and more. Again, another one that says, the name says it all, because they serve both residential and commercial clients, and they guide you through all of your interior needs from floor to ceiling. So whether you need one room of carpet, a window treatment, a new kitchen, a bath, or any other interior renovation, they can help. Floors, decors, and more. 631-804-4989. That's 631-804-4989. You can check them out online at Floors, that's Floors, Decors, DECORS.com. It doesn't get any better than Floors Decors. Okay, there you go. Now, if you're in business and you're not taking credit cards, or you're paying too much for your credit card service, you're wrong. They used to say that in the Marine Corps. You're wrong, right? So what you want to do is you want to find a firm that you can deal with that understands credit card processing and is not going to rob you, all right, as far as the rates and things like that go. And I'm going to tell you the firm to call. It's Merchant Firm. 833-MERFIRM, which is 833-637-3476. Merchant Firm. Check them out online, www.merchantfirm.com. And now back to David Gussin, and happy Sunday morning.
Yeah, happy Sunday morning, everybody. Hey, guys, no matter where you are in the country, but based in Long Island, New York, winter time's over. This year started, actually, it's been a good year. You can feel the difference in the economy. There's definitely a pulse out there, but we also run into lulls. I think holidays get involved, we make our own lulls. Snow days get involved, we make our own lulls. It gets cold out, we make our own lulls. Well, after this Sunday, the holidays are over. Easter's over, Passover's over. Until summertime comes, we got April, May, June. Man, we got 3 months of igniting business to get done. Eric, one thing people do, if we're considered to have a little knowledge on anything, it's business marketing and get your name out there. You do a great job with this. This does a couple of things. Eric, as I think I refer to several people your way when it comes to this podcasting. This has to do with business, not so much you. Man, I like this stuff for a content creator. I like this podcasting stuff that people can do to take a leadership role and get your name out there. Ladies and gentlemen, in business, I realized that most of us were probably well behaved in school. And when I say that, maybe we weren't sitting with our hands folded, but we weren't getting sent to the corner or to the back of the class. We were well behaved. We weren't the class clown. We weren't standing out from the crowd, making ourselves known like, look at me, look at me. But in business, guys, sometimes you got to stand out. I know it's breaking out of your comfort zone, but somehow, some way, you got to stand out. Eric, what are some ways, podcasting and other ways, that you see work for businesses and making themselves stand out?
In today's world, branding is everything. And we all, you hear the talk about like social media and marketing and everything like that. But what I tell everybody is this, and the whole reason that iRadio USA was started back in 2007 was to say, I'm tired of waiting for somebody to push the play button. I'm tired of somebody coming and waiting. I'm tired of them. I'm tired of waiting for somebody to come and find me. So instead of them coming to find me, why don't I go find them? So what happens here is by doing this, we're taking, first off, Dave, when you look at a Facebook post or you look at a Twitter post or you look at anything in social media, you can see the same old thing. You can see the posts that people write. But all of a sudden, if they see that play button, if they see that video or they see that audio and they push the play and they hear, hey, this is David Gussin, or they hear, hey, this is iRadio USA, all of a sudden it draws them in. If you consider the average amount of time that a person reads or looks at a social media post, and then you consider the time that somebody will look at a video, look at what's the most popular video channel? What's the most popular thing out there right now? YouTube. Everybody says, I want to be on YouTube. I want to be on YouTube. You got to be on YouTube. YouTube, owned by Google. All right, one of the most popular searching. Why? Because they're the ones that are you're seeing and you're hearing. And now, David can talk, and David can talk and you can listen. But now you're seeing David, you're hearing David, and what's causing you to stay to listen? Not only because you're seeing him, but because you're hearing him. You're hearing the personality in a person's voice. You're seeing the inflection in a person's voice. You're seeing the passion in a person, because they're able to draw that picture for you. It's not necessarily, they used to say radio is theater of the mind. It's not necessarily a theater of the mind anymore. The theater has become live, and you can see, and it's interaction too. The podcasting is interaction, and it's continuous. It's one week after another or one day after another. It's there.
I guess there's a lot of C words going through my mind today. The first word we mentioned for the show, and you know what, we talk business, but it could be business in life, is communication.
Right.
The second word that came into my mind, buddy, was consistency. Now, that's an important thing in business. Man, we got to be consistent. We can't be working great one day, not working great the next day, go with how we feel. We got to be consistent all the time. And it's funny because a lot of kids didn't do their homework. A lot of kids didn't study for the test. A lot of kids didn't read the book. But in real life, in real business, man, if you did that when you were a kid, great. You caught a break, you got away with it. But man, you better study. You better read the book. You better stay up on things. And then the third thing word I'm forgetting, you were using YouTube as an example, but sort of like, you could count on them. A lot of times, analogies, buddy, between business and in life, they're the same. Communication, important in business and life. Consistency, important in business and life. And being able to be counted on, important in business and in life, buddy. And buddy, me and you talk about all this stuff with the podcasting and the networking and YouTube and this and that. But as far as succeeding in business and everything, whether you're in Long Island or around the country, man, what about, this is not a C word, this is an A word. What about attitude? I think that's as much as anything. Eric, here I am. I'm talking. I need feedback. I need validation, buddy. That word usually scares me. Am I off topic here?
No, you're one.
It might not be fun. It might not get us ratings flashing through. It's not very exciting. It's pretty simple what it takes to succeed. You just got to do it over and over again. You
know what? You're absolutely right. And the thing is, I got to say this, is that when people hear the word internet radio, all right, they all of a sudden go, oh, internet radio. But it's like, think of it back in the day, in the 60s. I mean, I can remember my cousin getting his first reel-to-reel. Then I could, 8-track recorders. Then it was cassette recorders. This is technology. And what it is where else can we right now, from a studio in Hop Hog, Long Island, flip a switch and have David Gussin being heard in Scotland, have David Gussin being heard in England? That's what this is about. And you talk about podcasting, you talk about attitude, you talk about respect, you talk about communication. Combined, this is what this can do. And in answer to your question, this is why podcasting is one of the most popular forms of communication in today's world.
Yeah, one of the terms I use, buddy, is igniting business. Podcasting goes along with igniting business. And if I'm really into igniting business, I'm into other people becoming igniters of business.
Right.
So David Gussin might be able to do this show, but Mary Smith could do this show in California. Arlene Kay could do this show in Louisiana. Anyone could do this show anywhere. Jack Welch, I think the former head of GE, said, control your own destiny, or someone else will.
Right.
And guys, ladies and gentlemen, man, I was saying before, a lot of people struggle. I'm one of those people I could be considered struggling. But man, one of the things is to fight through it. And if, man, we can fight through it. If I can fight through it, you can fight through it. And they say misery loves company sometimes. And sometimes it's just a reminder that everyone got their stuff that they go through. And how you go through it is what matters. Eric, I know we have a call supposed to be coming in at 9:30.
Right.
But before we get to that call, let's go to something going on today. Because my buddy Vince Parada from Edward Jones simply said, David, can you share this with your listeners? So, ladies and gentlemen, today, something called Dylan's Drive for Autism is taking place between 12 and 4 at the Great South Bay Brewery. Come on down, bring a friend, bring your family, enjoy a terrific craft beer. Have something to eat at the food trucks, play a game of pool, ping pong, or a competitive game of football. There will be a DJ and the Wilson Brothers Band playing live. There'll also be a 50-50 raffle. More importantly, let's show our friends and neighbors we support them. What a great way to finish your weekend. Have a great time and support Friends with Autism. Once again at the Great South Bay Brewery, 25 Drexel Drive, Bayshore, New York. Eric, I don't know if I've ever been, I don't really get proud, but I don't think I've ever been happier to read a promo. You know why? Because those kind of promos is what this show is meant to be about. Help people ignite their business and use our platforms to try to spread good stuff in the community. Can we make that happen?
We can make that happen. We're making it happen right now. You're making it happen, David.
Yeah, you guys can make it happen too. Oh, by the way, I got so excited starting today. A few things going on. Final round of the Masters. Yay! Hey, one person, Tiger Woods is back. When Tiger Woods is back, the ratings are up 33%. He's not playing. People don't watch as much. And then, of course, Eric, I don't know if you know this, but today it is WrestleMania.
Oh, there you go.
Yes.
Where are they out of today? Do you know? Where are they wrestling today?
Some dome somewhere. I'm forgetting where they're racing. Maybe the Superdome or something.
All right.
And the main event, you got Brock Lesnar against Roman Reigns. Look for Roman today to take that one. And besides the Masters and besides WrestleMania, and I might have mentioned this, Eric, because I know you wouldn't want to miss out on this. It's National Empanada Day.
I did not know that.
Yeah, my pop says that I'm the king of useless knowledge, and
our fathers always tell us that, though.
Yeah, National Empanada Day
Yep.
Will be the way to go. Anyway, shortly, and Eric, when are we going to our next break? This new studio has me.
You got about 2 more minutes, Dave.
Oh, we have 2 more minutes. We're supposed to be getting a call from our friends at SCWBEC.
Yeah.
Just another example of an organization doing multiple things in the community.
You know what? Let's take a break now because they're going to be calling in at 9:30. So let's do our commercial break now and come back, and then they should be calling in. How's that?
Okay, you're the boss, buddy. I can switch on a dime. Happy Sunday morning, everybody. We'll be back right after this.
You know, I'm talking about responsible remodeling. 516-481-1723. That's 516-481-1723. I'm going to say it again. 516-481-1723. When you're looking for a remodeling contractor, you want somebody that's responsible, and the name says it all. 516-481-1723. You know, Joe Haramis, I've known about Joan. Joe, I met her years ago with her floors, decors, and more. And she's truly amazing. She really is. Floors, decors, and more. Give them a call, 631-804-4989, 631-804-4989. Merchant Firm. Check them out online. Merchant Firm. That's MERCHANTFIRM.com. Merchantfirm.com for all of your credit card processing needs. Let me tell you something. Look at their website. It's amazing. Merchantfirm.com. And now back to David Gussin. And guess what, Dave? We have your guest on the phone. We do. They are here. All right, so back to David Gussin.
Hello. Is our guest on the phone?
Your guest is on the phone. It's Lisa Albinowski. Good morning.
Good morning. Is this the wonderful Lisa Albinowski?
Yes, speaking to the wonderful David Gussin.
Hi, Lisa. How you doing?
I suggest you
I'm
put
great.
the headphones
How about
on.
you?
Wait, Lisa, I'm going to put headphones on.
All right, let's go. Hold on.
Lisa, I think you've been able to hear me the whole time. Say hi, because I think I'll hear you better now.
Hi, David. Good morning. Thank
morning,
you for
Lisa
having me on your
Albinowski.
Wonderful show.
Yeah, first of all, it is an honor to have Lisa Albinowski on the show, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa is the former chair of SCWBEC, Suffolk County Women's Business Enterprise Coalition. They've been around, I believe, 20-plus years. Lisa will inform us on that. On one end, helping business owners, mostly women come, but men are allowed too. Helping business owners from educating them and giving them all the quality info they need for the many different things that they need in business, and then also doing it, mixing it with good things in the community. Now, Lisa, I happen to know that you're here to speak about SCWBEC's upcoming event, but I also happen to know that you are a top-notch realtor in Long Island. So before we get into the SCWBEC information, could you give me a little information on what's going, real estate season's coming, houses are selling. What do you see out there, Lisa?
Real estate season has been here, David. It's a misnomer that spring brings the buyers. It's been really hectic, which is good, since the beginning of the year. There's not enough inventory. The houses that are priced right all over Long Island and Queens are selling fast.
Lisa, I want you to know, it's funny, we'll have a business call right here on the radio. I miss you. We haven't seen each other in so long, but you and I both know work before networking. Sometimes people get so busy, they stop seeing each other, but they never forget about each other. Lisa, you are an igniter of business. So once again, before the event, you were chair at SCWBEC. You've literally helped hundreds of businesses in a variety of ways. What's some tips from you on business owners, getting out there, learning their craft, seeing what's going on, getting clients? You're not just a participant in it, you're a leader in it. What are some of your thoughts?
I just feel, David, that if you're passionate about what you do and you're authentic and you listen and you follow up, those are the skills that it really takes to be a business entrepreneur that does well in any industry.
For years, right? You've been doing it for years. You can never let your guard down. You always got to be consistent. You always got to do a great job. You always got to give out quality info. Do you agree, my fellow pro?
Always, always, always. I've been doing real estate for 17 years, and before that, I was in the corporate world of staffing. And I think that if you just are consistent and honest and true to yourself and follow up, and be who you are, and the world knows that you're not faking it.
Yeah, Lisa, and I hope to get to a SCWBEC event soon. Sometimes I've been around 75 women and being the only guy there, but you and your team over there, and I know Lorraine Kimmy now is the chair, and you work with her, and you have wonderful women like Bob Hurd and Jen Laverne and Marie Cantone, and if I missed, and I'm sure I missed some people, I'm sorry. Please let them know that what we do here on Happy Sunday Morning, we are so proud to sing the praises and work with you. We might not see each other as much as we used to, but I like to be a great cheerleader, and let me just say you guys are wonderful to cheer for. Lisa, you guys got a big event coming up on April 24th, and Jen Laverne sent me a lot of info on it, and I don't want to screw it up at all, so I'm going to give you the floor, and you let us know what's going on April 24th at SCWBEC Showcase this year.
Well, thanks, David. SCWBEC, Suffolk County Women Business Enterprise Coalition, has been around 28 years now. Unbelievable. And we are a not-for-profit organization. We're a organization that meets on the second Thursday of every month. And if you go to the website, SCWBEC, SCWBEC.org, then you can find out all the wonderful things that we do. This event is an annual sponsor showcase. We recognize our sponsors. We thank them for contributing and supporting us, because without them, we wouldn't have the ability to run our breakfasts that have no cost. Anybody can come at any time on these Thursday morning events. This April 24th event is this annual showcase. Our sponsors will be showing their goods and services in an expo style. It's going to be held at 9 o'clock in the morning, and the expo showcase is held until about noon at the Meadow Club in Port Jefferson Station. We then go into a luncheon about 12:15, 12:30, and we're honoring this year Terry Alessi Maselli, who happens to be the CEO and president of the HIALI. And she's a dynamic individual who's been involved in this organization for many, many years, and she always recognizes small business, big business, all the businesses that are members of the HIA on Long Island, which is a prestigious organization where business people come together, and we're going to honor her because she honors business people. The cost is $50, and that was until April 6th. But I'm going to tell you that if anybody calls in today and they mention my name, I'm sure we'll extend the luncheon for them for this day for $50. The price is $60 now to attend the luncheon where we're honoring Terry, and she's going to give us her wonderful tips of how, as a woman leader, she's been able to sustain this fabulous opportunity to be CEO of this organization, and how the businesses can help with collaborating ideas and growing, and you'll get some great tips and insight on how she does it and how we can work together and network. Yep. I can go on and on and on, David, but I'm not sure if you have any specific questions for me.
No, you did a great job with that. SCWBEC's constantly doing good work. To Long Island business owners out there, if you're looking for a nice platform, whether it be this event or SCWBEC's other events, particularly in this case, I'm referring to their monthly meetings, go take a breakfast sponsorship. Contact Lisa for things like that. They give you a very nice platform to be heard. Different rooms are for different people, but certainly a SCWBEC room is one that I've sponsored in the past, and certainly one that I would want to sponsor in the future. Lisa, while we do have you on the phone, this igniting business, this networking, networking and then mixing it with doing good stuff in the community. What's your take on it, Lisa? Is this real? Is it? It sounds like a fantasy land to people who aren't involved, but I think to those involved, they see it for what it is. There's good and bad in it, but I think there's a lot of specialness in it. What's your take on it?
I think that if you're a business person and you're passionate and committed to doing the right thing, it's only natural to give back. And, through this organization, I've been involved for about 15 years, and I've made wonderful, not only business relationships where I've done business, but I've made unbelievable friendships that I wouldn't have unless I've committed to doing some work and rolling up my sleeves and helping a fellow person get started in business or taking it to the next level. We bring wonderful presenters in to help with components of your business. And these presenters are real human beings who are there to give you tips. And if you get involved, then, you know, your business and your own personal life can flourish. And it's really real, David. I mean, you're a perfect example of that. You do so much good for the community, the business community, and you've made wonderful friends, and I'm one of them, and I'm proud to say that.
Nah, it is wonderful. Thank you for being my friend. Most people run away from me, so I appreciate it. Lisa, one more plug on your end I'd like to give you, and for me, it's not giving you. It's just a beautiful example of everything we talk about, business, mixing with good stuff in the community. I believe you and your husband, I don't know if you still have it, but you had some kind of charity going on in the automotive field. Is that still something that you're working on? Because I know when I heard of it a while back, it sounded so nice, and while I have you on the phone, I'm not sure if you're still involved in it, but if you are, could you please tell people what you're doing?
Yes, absolutely. We started, my husband's the founder of Cares for Cars, and he had an automotive repair shop in the township of Babylon, and last June he sold the shop and moving on to the next part of his career in life, and that is to really boost up this Cares for Cars Foundation. We were giving away car repair once a month to a community member, head of household in the township of Babylon, once a month for people in need. The application can be gotten through caresforcars.org as well as the town of Babylon. It was dormant for the last 6 or 8 months. We're starting it up again come September, and we're getting different independent shops in the township of Babylon to assist with this. Right now we have one and another one in the hopper, so to speak. But we're planning to expand this throughout Long Island. And stay tuned for more news on this toward the end of the year and going into 2019, David. Thanks for that.
You'll send me that info, and we'll spread it in 516 ads and 631 ads and do what we all do together, Lisa.
Absolutely, and we'll get him involved to come back and start networking with it. So thank you for that.
No, it's my honor. Like I said, I miss you. Lisa, we need a meeting. You're taking me to lunch. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not a male chauvinist pig. Lisa's paying for lunch on this one. We got a deal, Lisa?
You got it. And if you want, David, and you can come to that 24th event, lunch is on me there.
Wonderful. I do miss you. We do got to get together. Our energy's got to get back together so we can ignite business here on Long Island, do what we do, and go from there. How's that?
Absolutely. I miss you as well. You're a fabulous person in the community and a fabulous individual as well. All you do is good, and you reach out and you care, and this is a particular, event that is a not-for-profit event, and I'm so proud to be able to come onto your show and talk about it.
No, thank you, Lisa. Happy Sunday morning. I told Eric today, I want to simulcast this. I want to get out there now. I'm tired of just being in Long Island. I want Happy Sunday morning to be kicking off on thousands of radio stations all across the nation. You think we can maybe make that happen?
You absolutely I don't can think make so. It happen.
Maybe we should have you host the show, Lisa.
I think we're doing it right now because, like I said, you guys right now, we are being listened to by Heather Clairlander in England.
Hi, Heather.
And you got Pauline in Scotland.
Hi, Pauline.
And we got Debbie Lotion Patchog.
Debbie.
So you're all good. So there you go.
Lisa Albinowski, I want to thank you for all the great work that you do. I want to thank you for calling in. I can't wait to see you, and let's get them.
Thank you, David. Have a great Happy Sunday morning.
Happy Sunday morning. Have a great day.
There you go.
Boy, Eric, you hear those good things that are going on over there?
Yep, I hear that. I met her before. She's a great person. She really is. And SCWBEC is great.
Yeah,
it really is.
A real person in the real world.
Yep.
Unlike all this, what people say, I don't know, fake news. No, we deal with real people,
right.
Real news, real stuff all the time.
Yep.
Here's some real stuff coming up, Eric.
Yep.
Next, because we got quite a schedule coming up. Now, next week, we're in Babylon at Ala Turca on the 12th. But the following week, Tuesday, we're at the Nautilus Diner in Massapequa for our Nassau Luncheon. Ladies and gentlemen, on April 18th, sponsored by our friends at Kensington and Company, presented by David Warshaw, we are going to have a lunch and learn at Havana Central. Should be a great one, from 12 to 2, simply $20 a person. The topic is Bitcoin, cryptocurrency. We are not here to tell anyone to do it. We are not here to tell anyone not to do it. What we are here to do is, David Warshaw is very informative, very entertaining, and if you'd like quality info on what's going on with Bitcoin, he's a person that you'll want to listen to. And then the following Thursday, which is the 19th, in the morning, Eric, we're at North Shore Country Club for our 718 Ads breakfast. And then in the evening, 6 p.m., we'll be at right here at Ramada Plaza with our friends Gina Battaglia. Ladies and gentlemen, listen, this is just an example of all the different things that are going on. Hey, we just kicked off 718 Ads in Brooklyn this past Friday, Eric, and while the crowd could be better, there's certainly potential there to be had. What do you got going on, my friend?
Oh, with this station, first off, we have Cop and Crew, the morning show, which is taken off really faster than I expected it to. So the Cop and Crew morning show, we hear it every weekday right here on the station. And iRadio USA is back. I've been doing a lot of the news. I don't know whether you've been seeing me out there doing. I get a lot of assignments now with regards to a lot of the news stories that's happening here on Long Island. So I get the opportunity to go out there and shoot video and to report and to talk to different people. So I'm busy all the time now. On a daily basis. It's amazing the things that go on that a lot of people don't even realize go on. There's a lot of things that don't make the news. So I'm like, what's the word I want to use? I'm just like grateful that I get to meet so many great people out there that are doing so many great things out there on Long Island, and that's what I'm doing.
No, you're out there, buddy, making things happen and watching things happen. And today with social media and the way people could get the stuff out there, anyone could turn them. Not anyone, that would be wrong. But we're all our own little newscasters, I guess. It depends what we put out there and what kind of audience we're bringing to ourselves. Eric, before we go to our final commercial break, once again, a shout out to our friends at Shoes for All on Sunday the 29th in Long Beach on the boardwalk. They're having their, I'm not sure which annual one it is. I think it's the 4th annual Day Without Shoes. That's one of their big fundraisers for the year. Dr. Mary Carlson, John Hassler, Elaine de Blasio, Alan Crystal, Mr. Mike Feiner, a lot of, and once again, in case I missed anyone, a lot of great people doing work over there for Shoes for All, mixing good things, doing good things in the community. Another event you should all know about is May 10th. The Long Island Expo, the 3rd annual Long Island Expo. At 12 p.m., we will be facilitating a lunch. We hope to be igniting business at a lunchtime. They give us 1 hour to ignite business, buddy. We're going to have about 100+ people in the room. I guess we'll collect their business cards. Eric, if you were in the room with 100 people that didn't know each other for 1 hour and they just said, here's a microphone, go! What would you do to ignite some business, buddy? You got any pointers for me?
If I was in a room with 100 people and I needed to ignite business, I would get up on it. Well, you know me, I'm a very shy individual with a microphone. But I would say to people, I say, listen, you know what? If you're sitting in these chairs right now, it means that you're looking to ignite business. So we are here to ignite business, and we're going to ignite business. You're not leaving the room unless we ignite business. So what do we have to do to get the room excited? What do we have to do to get you to stand on your feet? What do we have to do to get you so excited about business right now and about what you do that you're going to walk out of here and go, my goodness, I have a whole new outlook on life and what I'm going to do. I'm going to wake up in the morning and I'm going to be thinking about what I have to do to be able to lay my head down on the pillow tonight, to be able to be successful, to be able to, there's a story that I tell a lot of times. I say there's a gentleman that passed away, and it's sad that a person passed away, but to him it wasn't sad because the one word that he had on his tombstone was the word accomplished. And that's what we're here to do today. We're going to accomplish something. We're going to accomplish and we're going to ignite. So stand up and ignite. Start igniting business. Do what you got to do and get it going. Light a fire. Do whatever it is, but make yourself happy.
Hey, no, I like it. And one of the things, Eric, when you were talking there, igniting business, it's something I've said in the background of it. You had a spirit in your voice.
Yes.
You had an attitude in your voice. You didn't say we're going to ignite business. Let's look at Google Analytics, look at the numbers, ignite business.
Got to get out there.
Look at these numbers. But what you were talking with igniting business, it was more like an attitude and the spirit and how they feel. You know what? I like that. See, because a lot of times, if you think about igniting business and you're listening to someone, it could be someone trying to sell you something on an idea. Come sell their idea, come sell this. That's how you'll ignite business. Sell this, to sell their product type of thing. You're getting on their thing. Ladies and gentlemen, for our country, for the economy and all that, I happen not to see jobs coming back. Will there be jobs? Yeah, but not jobs that can necessarily making a living on. I see people being individual brokers of their own expertise or their own expertises. Synonym, they need to be igniters of business. They need to be igniters of business. And so it's not that they need to be an igniter of business because they're doing something for someone else. They need to be an igniter of business themselves no matter what they're doing, no matter what they're representing. I was speaking to a wonderful young lady a few weeks ago. I really like her a lot. She's a friend of the family and everything. Just finished 14 years of owning a retail business, and she was getting into a business that's going to be on the web, buddy. And Eric, the thing that she said to me is, what I like about it is that the computer will sell for you. Like, all I got to do is send people the email and they'll look at the computer, send it. And I was like, my dear, I care so much about you. I got to let you know that that's not correct. If you think that the computer is going to be the thing that's going to sell it for you, you're wrong. You're taking a step out. You got to be the one who sells it for you. You got to be the one who gets on and represents. Now, every business has their own intricacies of how they get done. Is it behind the scenes? Do you get on the phone? Do you meet someone in person? But ladies and gentlemen, in business and actually in life, you can't count on any dings, what do they call that? Bells and whistles to do it for you. You got to do it yourself. If people are going to believe in something, you're the one who ultimately has to do it. Eric, is there one thing, Eric? In my opinion, the days of fluff are over. The days of fooling people and getting by, fooling people, those days are over. Yeah. More and more, it's the times of substance. And not only that, if you don't deliver substance, if you deliver fluff to a client, because you better have a perfect batting average, because the moment you deliver fluff and do no good, they'll be spreading that negativity online. They'll be calling people and telling you no good. Substance is what will succeed going forward.
Absolutely. If people don't, if they don't like you, in today's world, more than ever, you're seen, all right? And what you're coming across with is seen. So people in today's world can tell when a person is real. As you said, real people before you talked about being real. If you're not real and you're not coming across, if they don't like you, they're not going to do business with you. And if you come across where I'm trying to sell you something, you might as well give it up right now. Don't try to sell somebody something. Let your personality work for you. It's like when you get together with someone, they want to do business with you, and that's what builds clients. That's what builds long-lasting clients. I can sell David. I can say, David, write me a check. I'm going to sell you this product. Here you go. Take it home and leave, and never see David again. Or I can say, hey, David, you know what? Let's get to know each other. Let's build a relationship. Let's make it work. I don't want to just sell you this product. I don't want you to have this product. Matter of fact, David, I'm not going to sell this to you right now. You know what? Because I want you to get to know me, because I want to make this a long-lasting relationship. And that's what it's about. It's about igniting business. When you ignite a fire, you want to keep it burning. You don't want to just light a fire so it fizzles out after one day. You want to keep that fire you want to keep it in a person's mind that you exist and that they want to do business with you in the future.
I guess you got to keep putting the branches and the twigs in at the
Yep,
right place,
absolutely.
at the right angle, over and over again.
Yep.
We go to a commercial
We're going
break.
to commercial break.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday morning. We'll be back right after this.
All right, I'm going to start this way. I'm going to tell you right now, and I've dealt with this before. There are a lot of credit card processing companies out there. You guys know. The phone rings and they say, I want to help you get your credit. I want to get you to use our credit card company. But you know what? There's a lot of scams out there, and there's a lot of high rates out there, and there's a lot that you need to know. I mean, you talk about American Express and Visa and MasterCard and all this other stuff. You want to make, listen, when you're allowing somebody to use credit cards for your business, you want to make sure that you're profiting from that it makes sense. And you got to deal with a firm that makes sense. Merchant firm. Merchant Firm. Merchant Firm. Okay, I'm going to say it again. Merchant Firm. MERCHANT Firm.com. Merchant Firm. Check them out. All right. Floors, decors, and more. They serve both residential and commercial clients, and they are going to guide you through all of your interior needs from floor to ceiling. You hear me? From floor to ceiling, wall to wall, floor to ceiling. So whether you need a room of carpet, a window treatment, a new kitchen, a bath, or any other interior renovation, they can help. They work with contractors. They work with designers who are in need of buying products, who have a client that's looking to purchase everything under one roof. They've done airports, churches, schools, restaurant, offices, storefronts, nursing home, libraries, and so much more. Floors, decors, and more. 631 is my voice. You hear my voice? You hear that inflection, Dave? 804-4989. Yeah, I can't even talk. 631-804-4989. 631-804-4989. And the word responsible. When you hear the word responsible, here's the thing. I'm going to hypnotize you all right now. I want to tell you, from this point forward, when you hear the word responsible, you're going to think remodeling. It goes together. It's like bagel and butter. All right? Responsible remodeling. Responsible remodeling. Responsible. You get it? You hear it? Now, you're never going to be able to forget that. Remember the phone number, 516-481-1723. That's 516-481-1723. I'll say it again, 516-481-1723. What do you think? So, David, if I say the word responsible, what do you say, Dave? You see, you can't forget that now. Everybody's going to hear the word responsible. They're going to think remodeling. And now back to David Gussin, and happy Sunday morning.
Yeah, happy Sunday morning, everyone. It's great to be back. It's great to be kicking off springtime together. Eric, well, a few things. One thought, I like sports analogies with business. They often make a lot of sense. And there's a saying in golf, you can't win the tournament on one hole, but you could lose the tournament on one hole. You got that one, buddy? You can't win the tournament on one hole, but you could lose it on one hole.
Okay.
Sergio Garcia actually did it. Shot 13 on one hole. So you can't win it on one hole, but you could lose it. Ladies and gentlemen, in the business world, in igniting business, you won't close the deal with one word, but you could lose the deal with one word. Know that. We started the show out with trying to be an excellent communicator. Not that we are that. We all should try to perfect our communications all the time. But part of perfecting it is certainly on the business end. Once again, you'll never close a deal on one word, but you can lose it on one word. It's the little things. Know the difference. I had a situation a few weeks back, Eric, where the woman, it was for the May 10th promotion. It was for the May 10th promotion of the LI Expo coming up. Mm-hmm. And she sent me a beautiful logo. And by the way, Eric, you did a very nice job.
Thank you.
Happy Sunday morning logo. I wish you did take out a picture of me that didn't look like I was sucking on a lemon, but otherwise,
I can't. You know what? Let me tell you something. You know what?
Find the picture of me that doesn't look like I'm sucking on a lemon.
That's all right. Before you leave today, I'm going to take a picture of you, and then we'll use that one.
And you'll put it in because that one I'm.
You know what it is with you and your pictures? You're always with somebody. You're always promoting someone. It's not about David.
I don't do selfies. I did not do.
It's either you and your kids or you in the business world. That's it. You can't find a picture of David by himself.
Yes.
You know?
So
I did find that one the last time. I found the one with you and the world with the sweatshirt that had the logo on it.
Yes.
Right.
We'll work on that. But so they sent me this nice logo, and it was very nice. But at the top it said, "Come hear me speak." So she emailed me and said to me, "Dave, how do you like the logo?" And I wanted to write back, "It looks great, except could you take off the part that says, 'Come hear me speak'?" But instead of emailing it to her, I said, "Could you do me a favor when you have a chance, call me. Looks great, just one thing, when you have a chance, call me." And the reason is I thought if I emailed it to her, "Look great, could you take off the part that says, 'Come hear me speak'?" When you're reading the email, I could see her saying, "Man, what a pain in the butt." Like a little prima donna. He has to have to take off the part that says, "Come hear me speak." But instead, I called the woman and I said, "Hi, so-and-so, looks great. Thank you so much. Just one thing. Could you do me a favor and take off the part that says, 'Come hear me speak'? Because I never ask people to come hear me speak. And it's just not my style type of thing." But the difference is, in that case, I chose to ask her to call me as opposed to emailing her. Because I thought it would make a difference in the communication. Emailing her, pain in the butt. Calling her, "Oh, no problem, Dave. I'll take care of it." Eric, the reason I'm making something of this little thing is in communication, it is all about the little things. I was talking to somebody the other day who went to go see an attorney. Gentleman sells insurance, and at the end he says to the attorney, and if he said to the attorney, like, send me your, introduce me to people that you may know. And then I said to the guy, is that exactly what you said to him? Exactly? Did you tell the attorney, introduce me to people that you may know? Or did you say to the attorney, if you know anyone who could use these services and you think it would be a good introduction, introduce me? Because the sentences are close to the same, but on one end you're telling, in this case, a professional, just send me your referrals, as opposed to like qualifying it and putting a little buffer on it to make it make sense. Because telling the attorney, send you the referrals, the attorney probably doesn't say anything, but he's probably like thinking, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'll just send you all my referrals. Yeah, I'll just make phone calls for you. What, are you kidding me? As opposed to you have a nice conversation. If you know anyone, then you might say, well, thank you. And if I have anyone in mind, I'll give you a call. Eric, the nuances, the little things, difference makers or not difference makers?
I agree. It's when it's like too, even in the networking world, when you see people that stand up and they call it an elevator pitch. A lot of people, how can I say this? You have to grasp what you're saying and why you're saying it. People, well, my ideal client or my ideal customer or the person I'm looking to do business with, again, to start off, that they tell you that you should start off an elevator pitch like that instead of starting it up with, hey, how you doing? Listen, my name is Eric and this is what I do. So if you happen to know anybody that might be, that type of thing, like exactly what you're saying right now, but not asking for necessarily for referrals. So
no, definitely not referrals. By the way, with the elevator pitch, it's never a bad idea just to start and say hi, good morning, good afternoon, everybody, and also never a bad idea to thank the person who's putting it all together. Guys, as we get ready for spring, just a little reminder of what igniting business is. 4 main things to it: use multiple tools. Man, there's so many of them you can't even use them all. Mix web with warmth. Online, man, make sure your web presence is pristine. Don't have a comma or period off, but mix it with warmth. Hold an event at your place. Hold a webinar. Hold an open house. Bring people together. Promote your business. Get out there and make things happen. Make yourself easy to remember. Ladies and gentlemen, everything in marketing and advertising is just a tool. You could always put it in your pocket, but do things to try to brand yourself. 516 Ads, branding. Everything Bagel, branding. Call David Gussin, networking.com, not branding. All the difference in the world. And then, of course, igniting business, getting out there and making things happen. As long as you work, hey, if you're on vacation or if you're relaxing, man, I hope relax, great. Take a great vacation. But when you're working, keep putting stuff out there. Don't be paralyzed. There's a saying, my friend put it up, paralysis by analysis. Don't get paralyzed analyzing things. Don't get paralyzed overthinking things. The best way to succeed and keep going in business is keep creating. The best way to break out of a rut in life is to keep pushing through it until you get through it. One other thing, Eric, this is worth the price of admission, and I don't think there is any admission to this show. This is a free show, Eric, and that is, I've been told, ladies and gentlemen, check this out. If you don't have an SSL certificate on your website by July 1st, it's like when people go to your website, Google is going to put up a red flag that this site is not secure. I'm told it could cost, I think, as little as $65. Who knows? Might even be less in certain areas to get an SSL certificate on your website. If you don't have one, I'm giving you 3 months and change notice to get it done. Eric, it's been wonderful being back with you. I thank you for having me on the show. You have final words for our viewers, buddy?
With regards to that, and one thing you want to remember, just one comment with regards to an SS certificate, the SSL certificate and everything like that. This is going to confuse a lot of people. A lot of people, like if you go online right now and let's say you wanted to go to 516 Ads and you type in 516ads.com and it takes you right to that website. When you have an SSL certificate, a lot of times what will happen is you have to have that www before it. And it's going to confuse a lot of people, I know, because some of the sites we have, like iRadio USA and things like that, are secured sites. So if you don't, and then people go, oh, I put in iRadioUSA.com and it didn't come up, or I put in Long Island News Network and it didn't come up. Remember this, you're hearing it now, use the www, it'll work. That's my final thought. But the final thing is, David, I want to thank you. And you're actually making history today for me, because you are the first real show, besides from the morning show, making use of this new studio and the new technology and things that we have in here. So I want to thank you for your faith in me and I want to thank you for all that you've done, as far as being, with your friendship and your loyalty. Thank you.
No, my pleasure, buddy. Like I said, you've done a great job, and it's a pleasure to try to do what we're doing. And what are we trying to do? And man, if we could ignite some business, I'm sorry we have to ignite business. I wish we did it. I wish we could all just be good at what we do, and everyone does their part and plays their role. And it's not that your role that you got to be stuck, but I like to be a role player. It's not a stay in your lane type of role, like stay in your lane, don't go out of your lane. But man, I like to be a role player. If I'm in the family, I want to be a great son. I want to be a great younger brother. If I'm in the business world, I want to be a great leader igniting business. A great leader knows when to lead and knows when to follow. But whatever your role is, when it's your time, man, play your role well. We can't always be in charge all the time. Sometimes others got to be in charge. We take a back seat, play your role. And the other thing, man, goodness speaking up. Eric, if we're going to make Happy Sunday Morning popular, kicking off the month and kicking off the week, if we go back to weekly, I hope to ignite business. I hope to spread some goodness speaking up, the voices of loving, caring people being heard. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Sunday morning. See you next month. Thanks for tuning in.